So again, I pass the guard, I end up in 100 kilos position. I have my cross face. I can just turn around the shirt. So I want to, get more attacking options. So again, I want to free up this hand, but I can't let go of his leg unless I replace it with something. So I'm going to put my right knee, okay, and his left hip. But you can still hip escape there. I let go of my hand, he hip escapes. Yeah, so look. I need to take my right elbow, place it beside his left hip, and then I want to feed this hand under the bicep. Again, my left cross face, I want to put it right under his left armpit, and I want to be driving my shoulder in the car so he's not looking at me. I don't like him looking at me, by the way.
Actually, it's very easy. Look at just look away.
Okay, so from here, guys, heavy on the cross face, my knee and my elbow are controlling Carl's hip, so hip escape, bro. I'm based out with this leg. Again, if I can, I'm going to have this arm killed by dropping my hip to the mat. So again, Carl's right arm is trapped under my armpit. I can't get it under because my hips are right to the mat. That's a good place to be, but you're not necessarily going to get that. Okay, so let's look at Carl's options from what he's going to do here. Okay, let's just say he swims to get the underhook. Okay, I want to be using my body to stop him from getting that underhook. So, because I'm driving into this bicep here, and I've got my elbow tucked to his hip, he's not getting it, just put it in straight away. He's got it straight away, but it's kind of slow. Get it now, go for it now. He's kind of having to fight for it, because I've got my own body. Look, I've got my elbow and my hand controlling it. So if I feel that he's getting it in from here, I'm going to take my hand out and control his elbow, pull it across. My right hand is on his elbow, and I want to tuck my elbow into his hip. Okay, and from here, guys, I'm going to take up my left cross face, place it beside his hip. Okay, I'm going to step over his head and watch this foot. It's going to go all the way under his arm. So take the arm bar from here. Again, if we look at the hitchhiker escape, so from here, it goes to the underhook and I re-pummel. When I step over, and if I don't tuck my foot under his armpit, when I come to here and I'm going for the arm bar, and Carl rotates his thumb and rolls out, which is his escape. This is why sometimes people, when they go for the arm bar, and they step through, they grab his leg, hitchhiker escape now. It's kind of hard. Okay. He can get it, right? But it's harder to get it because I've got control of his pants. But look, watch. When I step over with my foot, I'm going to put my left foot right under his armpit. Here. Okay, so when he goes for the underhook and I come up here and I step around, my foot is going right under his armpit here, look. Tucking it here. So when I go for this escape, the car goes for the hitchhiker escape, he can escape his body, but he's not escaping his arm. Okay, why? Because look, if you see when he goes for the hitchhiker escape, I'll keep my foot under, when he rotates his thumb, look, watch, go for your hitchhiker, his shoulder comes off the mat, he's created space. So by placing my foot under his shoulder, okay, when his shoulder comes off the mat, so does mine, filling that space. So then I have it. Okay, so that's your far side arm bar from side control. Try that. Having the cross face, car starts to swim under. I re-pummel. I base with my hand. So when I step over, rather than being perpendicular, I kind of want to get at like 45 degrees is a good angle. Also this foot, if I can get it in here, I put it under his armpit in an L shape. Okay, let's just say he goes for his grips, it'll keep me that I've a lot more options to do. Okay, and again with my foot underneath here, because this is a with one leg over, it's not as good as two legs over, because if he tries to do his hitchhiker escape with two legs over, it's kind of hard because of my control of the second leg. So when I have one leg over, and if I don't keep this foot tucked, he's a lot more easier options for the escape. So just the detail is, guys, to keep this foot under the armpit. Okay, so just back to base position again. Other things that can happen. So side control. I have my hand here. Let's just say car starts driving, his hand into my throat, which happens all the time. Okay, all I need to do, guys, you know, just to stop this, is to swim this through and pin it to here. Okay, if I get my elbow to the outside of his, okay, it's pinned. So again, just getting my elbow just to the outside and pin it. It's good. Also, I can transition to the anaconda from side control. So look, from here, I'll take my hand off the bicep and I'll use the crook of my arm to drive Carl's arm across. Okay, then I'm just going to drop my head down. So my ear is beside his tricep, and I need to work on getting to this side. Okay, so I'm just going to slip across. Okay, keep my head down. Again, a very traditional way to finish from the head and arm from here is hand on the bicep and hand on the forehead. Okay, and then just walk around to north-south. Okay, that's not wrong, but a better grip, because you want to think about what are my goals. Pressure on both jugulars with my arm and his shoulder. Okay, so a tighter grip. When I'm here, and I move this across, and I come across. Just still a hand on the bicep, but I'm going to grab my own elbow and make a frame. Okay, I'm just going to walk around. It's more tighter. And again, if I think about pressure, every time I go to do that choke, I'm going to try to close it. Okay, you're going to get that. Okay, try that, guys. Should I come from side? There's a defense. It's the Nino Shrimby, who's a top Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitor. This is his defense against the anaconda. So, for your best position. Okay, guys. So look, watch. If you notice, what's giving me the head and arm is Carl's driving this arm across, and it's here. And again, if I cup my hands and I drive, I can create a little bit of space, but again, I'm using upper body, okay? And I'm going to get tired. So from here, guys, I'm just going to lift my right knee and put it behind, okay? Make a Greco grip, and then I'm going to triangle my legs. Now I'm going to drive my foot towards the mat. Carl's going to try and finish his anaconda. Because of the position I've got my left elbow on, see the where it's here, whereas before it was there? Okay, makes it kind of hard. Finish. All I do is drive this to the mat. Okay, switch. So, base position. Throat, we'll go for the throat, across. Okay, so go for the, he does his defense, try to finish the choke, not happening, but look, watch. If I go back to, remember the other way I showed you of creating a lot more pressure by bicep and my own elbow? Now watch. Instead of walking to north-south, I'm going to drive diagonally through Carl and try to put all my weight on getting this arm. This is why it's so much better pressure. Okay, so again, I'm not walking to north-south, I'm just crushing this back down again. Okay, again, with this grip. Okay, just try that defense, guys, and then you can. So, side control, base position. Okay, last time he went for the underhook, or he started to drive in, but let's just say he's not doing none of the above, okay, or he's not doing any of that. So I need to start to be attacking, so I switch my hand, it was on the bicep, and I swim under and get the underhook. I switch to broken scarf hold and I slide my right thigh under his leg, okay, pull that in, sorry, shoulder. Okay, so from here, guys, look, I want to get this arm across his throat. So look, to the barbed wire position. So I step over with my leg, which is going to bring his arm across to here, as I drag my underhook and bring this one across. So he's kind of like in this position here, sometimes call that the barbed wire position. So again, one more time. There. Let me off and don't swim the corner. Okay, so from here, again, I swim under, switch the broken scarf. Okay, and I want to use my leg to step this one over as I drag it across. So I end up in north-south position. I'm on my knees and the balls and my feet. Again, option one, I can go straight for that arm bar that we just did. Okay, put my hand here. I slide my foot under his shoulder, step straight back, and I have the arm bar. Again, we're just in that position that we were in. So look at the foot tucked under, here, and there. So I swim for the underhook, I sit through, step across, and I'm here. Okay, so we've done that one. We'll play with that in a second. We'll just give you another option. Come here. So come here, swim, step under, come to here, stay on your back. So look, I have the underhook with my right hand, so I'm going to slide my left hand underneath. I'm going to slide my left hand underneath, grab his wrist with my right hand, pressure with my elbow in his armpit, and the balls of my feet. Okay, I'm going to pressure as I drive in, and I have the Chimera. Again, one more time. Oh, yeah, okay, so look, from here, my left hand comes under, grab. So, again, a lot of people, they create a lot of space, they pull this up and drive it across, which isn't wrong, but if I pull up and Carl turns on the side, there's a lot of space where you can escape. So my goal when I get to this position is to keep weight on him and to keep his back flat on the mat. So I don't need to get him, or turn him onto the side. I just need to adjust the position I'm in. So by putting pressure with my elbow under his armpit here, so I'm putting an actual shoulder lock on. I'm on the balls of my feet, and I just adjust. Okay. To here. Okay, you can try the arm bar, and then try the Chimera from there. So, I'm in my position. I swim under. Scarf. I sit through. Sorry. Really got that moving here. Okay, so I'm in my barbed wire position. Okay, so sometimes what happens is when I'm going for this Chimera, okay, and I bring this hand through, and as I release my other one, Carl may straighten his arm trying to escape it. Okay, so I want to get it on my left shoulder. Okay, so again, as I bring this across in transition, I have to let go with this hand to get deep on this. So he might straighten his arm, and even if it gets caught here on this shoulder, I just got to move my head around. So look, if it gets caught on this shoulder, I just move my head around his arm. Okay, I rotate my ear So I drive my shoulder tight to this hand, which gets his elbow pointing out. Okay, and I just want to keep pressure with both my hands like a Greco grip on the back of his elbow. I'm kneeling and I bow. Okay, it's called a kneel and bow block. One more time. I don't know how they actually come up with that name for that submission. I'm still trying to figure it out. So from here, I sit through, step over. Here, as I come underneath, Carl straightens his arm and try and escape, so if it ends up on the shoulder, I haven't really the leverage to do it from here. I just rotate my head around and get my ear tight. Okay, so my shoulder's pressing against the back of his hand. I just slide up, Greco grip, on my knees, and I just bow. Okay, I show you the bicho or lock, try that. So again, in my base position, heavy cross face. Let's look at other things that Carl can do. This so I'm here. Ideally, guys, I want to be here with the arm kill. Okay, but I can sometimes if nothing's happening in the mat, I can set him up. I might lift this hip a little bit, and Carl swings his hand through, and then he'll go to your straight arm. Okay, so one hand. I'm being an inch by just lifting my hip. And once I feel that hand there, guys, look, I take out my cross face and I come underneath. Okay, I'm just gonna walk back. And this is the grip I'm going to use. I'm going to use a Greco grip, and I'm going to turn the sharp end of my wrist just into the back of his neck here, with my shoulder coming down on his larynx. And again, I'm going to be coming and putting my belly on the mat and my feet are flat on the mat. I turn it in and you just kind of slide into him here. It's called the north-south guillotine, guys. I know we haven't covered pressures from side control, sagging, contouring and hugging, which is part of your top game side control game, but this is sagging. I just want to be dead weight on him. A good example is if Carl, or hug me, hard up underneath the arms. So if Carl lifts me up, right, and lift me up, and walks across the mat, okay, go back, okay, this time, stand there, lift me up. Now I'm going to sag like a rag doll. Which is harder? Yeah, lift me up. Which is harder? Being rigid or that? Okay, it's harder. Putting dead weight on, guys. Slide down there, bro. So I'm going to do the same thing when I get to the north-south guillotine. Okay, so I'm here. Got my grip, I just leave a little space, and when I feel Carl's hands coming through, I shoot this one under. Okay, turning around, I get my grip just below his neck, and then I want to sag on him. And look, watch, I might even slip my bottom, I walk my feet back so I can get my shoulder right into his larynx, and just squeeze it from there. Okay, try that. Base position. Okay, like I said before, Carl can swim for this arm under the armpit. But look, what other options have I got apart from going for that far side arm bar? When he swims his arm, look at the space, okay, underneath here. So look, I take my cross face out and I bring this hand underneath. Okay, grab his wrist, have my Kimura again. So how do I get it now without turning him on this side? I just kind of angle around a little bit, pressure with my elbow, pushing his hand to the mat and lifting my shoulder. Again, one more time. Here, he goes for that. The space here. So I wrap it. Grab. Monkey grip. Just push it to the mat, guys. Just drive this down as I lift with my elbow or with my elbow and I push down. And you want to keep my base position. And I'm here. Okay, Car's defense, guys, is when I come to here and I have this position, he's going to use this hand. Let's just turn this over. If I'm just taking it from side control, he's going to use his right hand, guys, to push into my hip. Right? And if he can get his leg through and get scarred, look, and even if I keep my grip and he feeds his hand through and starts pulling it through, okay, he's got the shoulder lock on me. Just look at that again one more time, just from here. So I'm here, he goes for the underhook. He's created the space for me to take this Kimura. So when I get to here, guys, but if he's driving on my hip and gets his foot in and his knee through and gets guard, and now connects his hands, starts pulling it through, he's going to shoulder lock me. Okay? So it's real important that I maintain my base position. So again, from here, he goes for the underhook. Again, we talked about killing this arm. Right? He got out of it by linking his hands. So if I can actually drop my hip to the mat, so his arms can't be linked now, it's a good thing. Okay, he goes for his underhook, creates the space, I come underneath. So when I get to here, okay, I just want to start cutting the angle. As I lift my elbow and push his hands to the mat, cut the angle. But again, at no stage do I want to let him start putting pressure on this hip. So by cutting the angle here, okay, I'm getting real close to Carl's defensive arm, whereas if I stay here, he can get his hand on my hip. Okay? But when I start to cut the angle and walk this way, okay, his arm's jammed, which means it's going to find very hard to bring this knee in because he hasn't got a lever here. Just do it one more time. So, I'm in my base position, he swims under, he creates the space, I hit the ground, I grab my Kimura and immediately I start to cut this angle. Okay? Which doesn't allow him to put that hand on my hip. And then I work on getting this hand to the floor. And then I can put pressure on the shoulder by raising my elbow.